first question that we wanted to ask is if you could just tell us a little bit about yourselves, names, pronouns, major, and talk a little bit about the things that you've been involved in at Gonzaga.
Well, first of all, Emma, Gifty, I want to thank you all and Marlon and all the commissioners and everybody involved for taking the time to do this and for us to reach out for students. My name is Wealthy Vu. I'm born and raised in Spokane, Washington. My pronouns are he, him, his. I am studying pre-law and communications at Gonzaga as my majors, and my minors are psychology and political science. And at Gonzaga, I've been involved with GSBA, Gonzaga Swing Dance, Gonzaga Sustainability, intramurals, and Gonzaga clubs and public health and safety.
My name is Miguel Acosta. I am an international student from Ecuador. My major is international relations, and I'm pursuing an entrepreneurial leadership minor through the Hogan program. At Gonzaga, I've been involved in different environments. For example, GSBA, I'm serving as the current international senator in the Senate. I've also been very involved with ISU, that's the Intercultural Student Union, trying to foster interculturality on campus and promoting different events to get different cultures to merge and understand each other. And finally, since I did RISE as my peer orientation program, I've been trying to attend as many CCE events as possible.
So a second question, either of you guys can start, is why have you chosen to run for president, vice president specifically? And what experiences uniquely qualify you two as these positions?
So the reason why I personally ran for president and with my candidate Miguel for VP is that we strongly believe in advocating for the students, supporting the students in all settings, while academically, socially, personally, spiritually, and with all categories. We really want to help embrace the student involvement of individuality and what each students have to bring to the table just to help our students grow. And I think that we do an excellent job at GSBA already of, what we're doing, but I always think that we can always improve. And I strongly believe in helping every individual grow, helping them learn, but advocating for them and making this a strong community. And for me personally, I'm always a person to others, and I know that Miguel is the same way as well, and we wanted to partner up to make more of a positive difference on campus, but also to represent both the minority and the majority populations and get both sides and opinions. The experience and unique positions that I've had that I think that make me qualify for this position is this is my 10th election I've been in my lifetime. I serve as the Hmong president for the Youth Leaders for Association. It's a national organization. I have served at Gonzaga Prep as the vice president. I've served for Catholic Youth Association. I've worked with SPD, Spokane Police Department, for public safety and reinforcement, and I've helped done multiple leadership skills and committees to help ensure for public safety, but also for advocating for the individuals, like from us. And we strongly believe in each individual's voice and passions, and we want to continue that and help provide and give back opportunity for all students.
So personally, I want my candidacy to be a statement. Well, I am an international student. My first language is not English. I wasn't born in this country. Many of the cultural things that for you guys are normal, for me are very shocking and are different. So what I want people to get from this is that if I can run for a position like this, anybody can. I want to empower others to believe in themselves and to understand that if you're a part of Gonzaga, it's because this community chose you, and this community believes in you, and is going to give you a platform to voice your concerns and voice your ideas. Another thing is that I am an underclassman. Whenever people think about the position of president and VP, maybe an underclassman is not what comes to mind at first place. Usually it's juniors and seniors who run for this position. But I believe that the perspective of people who just got involved into this community is valuable. Because remember, freshmen and sophomores make up more than half of the students. Here long enough to forget why they chose Gonzaga in the first place. What I want is to reignite the spirits of the Zags. That's it. That's what motivated me to go and run with my friend Wealthy. And I feel that we share many of those ideals.
Perfect. Thank you so much. For the next question, so you guys mentioned a little bit about your experiences and why you guys are running for, why you all are running for these positions. Adding on to that, can you please elaborate on the ideals of your platform, what your platform stands for, and being at the top of the student body, what values do you want to portray and bring forth?
So our platform is pretty basic and simple with three main ideologies and what we're trying to accomplish. So our first point about our platform is that we want to have students from, all students meet with faculty and staff and like board members more. We've heard a large number of concerns that there's a miscommunication, and I would love to connect the board members with the students more and have more interactions where they can meet with each other, they can talk about certain issues and get to know each other, to be more familiarized as we go through certain situations and crises. Like, for example, my envision is that if we are elected, I want to have at least once a month where students and board members can get to know each other while like doing some kind of wellness walk, activity, eating, or something like that. I think it would be really good to have them familiarized with the students to be familiar with them. And I spoke to some of them in the past while, just working for outside organizations, and how they want to connect with the students. And I think that's really cool. And that's something that we want to make happen in our presidency. Our second platform, we want to make a feedback panel and committee where students can list their concerns and their questions about, either anything socially, anything academically, or anything that's happening in their lives. It will be a case-by-case scenario, or something for the public. And we want to discuss, a lot of students always has a lot of concerns that I feel that they don't feel like they're heard. And a lot of them has told me that in person. And I want to give this platform for everyone. And I believe that, advocating and letting, hearing everybody out, but then taking it to the next level and, hearing that is very important. So we want to provide those two opportunities. And the third final platform we want to do is we want to not only just create more events, but reignite what made you exact, the purpose, the motivation that made you pick Gonzaga, that was like, yeah, Gonzaga is my community. This is my place. This is my second home. We want to create more events and categories socially, academically, and, seriously, fun, and all these events to help students and help reignite that Gonzaga spirit. After freshman year, we don't have that particular event, and I feel like we need to provide that and do something more, and it starts with the student government. So our campaigns to help motivate, inspire, represent, and protect and serve obviously our students, but it's to do more than that. What we want to do is we plan to do a campaign and lead a GSBA that will help embody the students but support them through any circumstances like what we're going through right now. We still want to be in communication with our students, help ensure that our students are okay, and that's why we're here, and that's what our pillars and our elements represent.
Great, thank you. For our fourth and final question, so as GSBA president this year, Michael set the goal to endow the Undocumented Student Scholarship and the Undergraduate Professional Development Grant. In your presidency, what kind of specific initiatives will you seek to actualize?
For our presidency, what we are seeking to do and analyze is, well, first we want to continue the undocumented student scholarship, and we want to continue to add on to that. I think that this is magnificent. It represents groups that both Miguel and I are from, and it's very important to continue that. I plan to work with board members. If elected, I plan to work with board members and community members to get money for it. But from the student perspective, we plan to have more scholarships in the future like this to help our students because they're part of our community, and it's very important. And this is what we care about. Miguel and I want to run because we care. We love our students and we care, and we really want to impact all categories, not just categories from certain groups. No, it's every group that we're going for. And we want to, for our ideology, it goes with representing students with the scholarship, and from the undergrad professional development grant, we want to help that. But in addition, we want to continue, and for like our big GSBA goal, we to advocate as representation and hearing voices. So this goes with it. And I think you have some points you want to add with this as well.
Yeah, I have some points too. So on the side of the vice presidency, I know that I would be the main liaison for academic affairs. So I think a big objective that we would have is to tackle the senior survey that was presented by Dr. Gomez in Senate. Those are answers and is information of what people think about how the Gonzaga community learns and how it can be improved. So I think that is worth of our time and our effort to challenge those realities and make it better. Another thing is that I realized that it's almost half of the entire student body that have had the opportunity to go and study abroad. Studying abroad, for me, makes you automatically an international student, because it provides you with the experience of going to a different country, adapting to a different culture, and learn there. So Gonzaga, overall, is a university constituted of international students. What we want to do is to connect those American students who studied abroad with the international students on campus. And why not also the students who are curious or who want to do and undertake that experience later on in their student careers. Another thing is, as a supervisor of health and safety, I know that the crisis that we're going through right now is going to change the world forever. The realities that we used to have, I don't think they're going to be the same. And a big challenge is going to be being able to make students feel both healthy and safe once again on campus during fall 2020. So that's going to be also a big objective, to talk about what we're experiencing right now, to talk about what we're going through, what is going through our minds, what is going through our spirit, and to reflect upon those experiences to get something better out of it. And yeah, we want to make GSBA an approachable organization. I know it sounds bad, but we want to burst that bubble that is GSBA. We want to make everyone feel capable to go reach out and voice their concerns.
Thank you so much for your answers. We'll let Marlon hop back in and finish the end of this interview. You guys were perfect on time, so thank you so much for your answers.
Thank you.